What's up, everybody? Listen, when Arthur showed up at the end of this chapter, I was saying to myself, this is the biggest bluff in history that he's making right now. The biggest bluff. And obviously, you know, if this pays off, he's going to save everybody's life. And it does. And so that was a really good moment. That was a really, really good moment. But my problem is how, right? How did he get there? How is he able to walk, move? You know, how? But other than that, the moment was super dope. Well, anyway, talking about this chapter, there was a lot of good moments in the fight when it came to Byron and Melsry. It was a lot of good moments, man. Like I said, these Scythes are no joke. They got the abilities, they got the speed, they got the stamina. So, the fight between Byron and Melsry was a good fight. Obviously, you know, he's outclassed when it comes to just her speed, agility. You know, she uses these like twin long swords. They're like these curved twin swords, and she's using like fire and wind, but obviously it's dark because of the Reacher blood, right? And yeah, she's kind of just outclassing him. But one of her weaknesses or one of her problems that she has is that she kind of plays with her food. So, you know, she doesn't really go all out. She likes to make it last long. She likes to have some fun and whatnot. So they're fighting and they're going back and forth, but obviously Byron, he's not in her league as far as, you know, speed and agility. She's faster than him. You know, you just catch him off guard. Like I said, when she's using her twin curved swords, he can barely defend himself with the spear because of how fast she is. So things aren't really going good for Byron, but we finally get a name for his blood lightning ability, Thunderlord's Wrath, right? Which, I mean, that's a cool name. But you know what? Like Byron, his durability, man, is something else. Like he already was bloody before he got there with Varey and Micah, right? He was already bloodied and injured. And he was only able to give her one wound, which he was able to heal, right? And then now he's getting all these wounds from Melsry, and he's still going, man. Like he's still going, and he can still fly. So I'm pretty much just saying that his durability is just kind of off the chain. Like it's max level durability because he's just able to survive a lot of stuff. You know, meanwhile Micah, you know, hurt. She's down again. Mana's almost gone. Or maybe he just has a lot more, but they're both white cores, so he shouldn't have more mana than, I don't know, but Micah is kind of, you know, just Micah. But so like I said, they're going back and forth, and that's a cool fight. Now, Varey and Viessa, they're going back and forth because Micah ended up coming out of the cloud or whatever, and you know, falling to the ground and ended up helping out Byron. But Varey, I didn't know how she was going to handle, you know, Viessa. I didn't know how she was going to handle her, but I mean, it's pretty much just like, you know, it's more like defensive, right? And another thing about Varey too is that, you know, her leadership ability is just always on point. You know, like as soon as the fight even starts, she's telling Byron what to do. She's telling Micah what to do. So, you know, Varey's leadership abilities are always good, which they need, you know, because a lot of people don't know what the hell to do. And so, you know, it's good that they got somebody who has great leadership skills, right? But we also get to see the Twin Horns and Kathleen and Curtis Glader, right? And so and then the other dwarves, so they're actually helping out too. And so they're firing all their spells and stuff at Viessa, trying to help out Varey in the fight, you know. But little do they know, is all just a big ass illusion. And so they're really firing their spells at Beret, and she's trying to block it with her shields and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, like, how could they not see the illusion? You know, Byron was able to see it. You know, he was looking at her and he was like, oh, she don't have no mana signature, so that's not Beret at all. But yeah, so it man, I mean, that illusion ability, it does a lot. Like, as far as strategically in battles or whatever, like, you can really make a big impact being able to have illusions and people not being able to recognize it and such, you know? I guess just kind of skipping over the Byron fight a little bit and kind of going towards the point where, you know, he's got Micah, who is exhausted. She's kind of done. You know, she's at her limit at this point, and he's able to recognize that it's not Beret and that it's an illusion. And so I thought it was really interesting to me that, you know, he decided to come up with a plan to try to trick Beret, which is not Beret, is really Viessa. So when Byron finally recognizes that it's not Beret and that it's an illusion, and that the real Viessa is actually in the image of Beret, right? And so when he decides to just, you know, just take Micah and try to, like, you know, trick her and catch her off guard, him, like, you know, letting the emotions come in and crying and stuff like that, and, you know, like, oh, this is Micah, you know, she's about to die, and, you know, just trying to catch her off guard, and then it not being able to work. I'm just like, oh man, I really thought that might work, because he said that she kind of relaxed after she saw the tears, right? And I was just like, okay, this is his chance, he's gonna get her, and it doesn't work, you know. So that's kind of whack. So he was able to actually give her a slight wound on her hand and was able to disrupt the illusion to where you can finally see who's who now. And, you know, they're still bombarding Beret with the actual spells and stuff. And, you know, it's man, that's just so crazy that they couldn't see, and she got the brunt of the magic. That's just messed up. So Melsry and Viessa was able, they're retreating. They're retreating at this point, you know. Oh, you know, this fight isn't over, blah blah blah. And you know, as they're retreating, they get more Alacrians. They coming in, and it's kind of looking bad. Like, they're kind of falling back a little bit, like regrouping, right? And the Alacrians come, and it's looking bad, right? And so, lo and behold, Arthur Lewin, God Killer himself, comes in, and, you know, pretty much just everybody just holding their breath. Time slows down, and they're wondering, what the hell is he doing? And, you know, he throws the horn, like, here, you know, I murked them. They're done. The Wraths are done. They're done. And so he's giving them a countdown to live, right? You count down, like, you if you want to live, you better get the fuck out of here, right? And they all leave. And he comes in and saves the day. And now, like I said, when this first happened, I'm just like, this is the biggest bluff in the world. There's no way he's walking and about to fight. There's no way, right? And I'm not trying to make this a really big deal. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, you know, just you need to be super logical as far as how did he get there. But I would like an explanation, because there's no way he should be there. There's no way. After what happened, like, it wasn't like he had, you know, an hour to be able to regroup and recuperate himself and whatnot, gather some ether or whatever. No, like Byron said it, like, you know, the mana, the big mana explosion or whatever near the portal ended up stopping. He was wondering whether or not Arthur was okay or not. And then, like, this is probably within like what, 5 minutes, and then that's when the Alacrians show up, and then that's when Arthur shows up. So like he had 5 minutes at the most, and so I'm just wondering to myself like, so pretty much it's the ether, right? How did he gather up enough ether to be able to, one, regenerate his arms, because his arms was destroyed next to the God room, right? Destruction. How did he regenerate his arms and then also have enough ether to be able to God step, also have enough ether to be able to put on his armor? Now his armor probably doesn't need a whole lot of ether. It's like you just kind of grab it and pull it, right? So like it probably is not a lot of ether, but it still needs some ether in order for you to activate your armor, right? So your arms get regenerated, you're able to God step, you're able to activate your armor, and you're using Realm Heart, because they said that his eyes was glowing from the runes of Realm Heart. And he don't have Regis, so Regis didn't give him any extra ether, because Regis is a wisp right now. He's barely clinging to life, so he couldn't give him any ether. He doesn't have another one of those fruits with the seeds, so we can go, just digest that and then get, a big boost of ether, right? He didn't have that, and then he was unconscious, so that means he had to wake up at some point. How did you regenerate your arms, God step, use Realm Heart, put on your armor, and be able to get there to intimidate the fuck out of the Alacrians and the Scythes and get them to retreat and leave? How? I mean, it was a really cool moment. But how? I'm just stuck on that. Just like, how? Maybe you guys got some theories that I don't know about, right? But I'm still wondering how. But other than that, this is a really good chapter. I really enjoyed the fights. I really enjoyed just fleshing out their abilities, just like the different abilities that these different sides actually have. For her with the illusions, and then you got Melsri with her fire and her wind and her blaze and her agility and speed. That's what she uses to her she does have like the little diamond crystal thing that she was going to trap Byron in. But like, I mean, we knew it was going to be a tough fight to begin with. I didn't know how they were going to make it out of here. I did not think they were going to win unless they got some type of power up, right? But I mean, I think the conclusion of this, them retreating due to the intimidation of Arthur, I think this is a satisfactory way of ending it, because it's not like it's over and done with. It's kind of like a temporary victory is how I look at it. But as far as what's going to happen next, so Arthur, he should probably just recuperate, and everybody kind of they're kind of down at this point, and so I mean, if they send anybody else, it's a wrap. So I mean, I would think that next chapter we should either get some sort of recuperation, or maybe we transition to see what somebody else is doing. Maybe we go to Cypseris. Maybe we get to see Kara. Maybe we get to see somebody. I don't know. But this was a really good chapter. I really enjoyed the chapter. It was dope, and I'm curious to see what happens next. And maybe you guys got some theories about how the hell did Arthur get there and was able to regenerate his arms and able to use like, how did he do it? How? I need an explanation, please. Give me an explanation. But that's it for me. Remember, you guys, like the video if you liked it, and I'll be posting another video when the next chapter comes out. Try to get the next video out sooner, not on a Monday. But it was still cool, and I'll check you guys out later. Peace.